So when I was at a wedding, I really noticed the Seattle freeze, and it's such like a strange thing because it's like when you talk to people from Seattle, they often
Look at the time. It's the Chainsaw Minute.
I'm David, and this is your dose of Chainsaw Man. You can join us every Friday where we see what masterpiece Fujimoto put out.
I'm Jordan, and if you're looking for regular Shonen flop goodness, you can find our next episode, our first thoughts on hands.
I like how it sounds like the word hands was edited into your audio despite you recording it.
I recorded like a ton of these years ago, and we've all just been using them each time and editing in the name.
Jordan has actually died.
Yeah, anyway, that episode's coming out this Monday on the Shonen Flop feed.
And these recordings are open to everyone, so listen in and chat along with us on the Shonen Flop Discord every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out, or when there's not, because we were gone for 2 weeks between my trip and Jordan getting sick.
Yeah.
You can find a link to in our show notes or on our site. And just heads up, if you want to catch the Chainsaw Minute early, these episodes are open for everyone 2 days early on our Patreon. Do not have to pay anything, just have to be a member of it. So you can get that goodness even earlier if you can't make the live recording. But Jordan, what was your devil this week?
My devil this week was the side effect devil. You see, this is kind of the reason why we didn't record last week. I got on new medication, and the side effect was I had the worst stomach ache of my entire fucking life.
Down with the sickness?
Yes. Ooh-wah-ah-ah-ah, indeed.
God, the subtitles just say sad ooh-wah-ah-ah noises.
Ooh-wah-ah-ah-ah.
That's a good subreddit that died, sadly, go-karts.
What?
There's a subreddit, it's about like weird subtitles like that.
Oh.
So anyway, mine was the Canada Devil. I just got back from Vancouver. I did a world tour where you would think, did I go from Portland to Vancouver? The answer is no, because my wife wanted to go to Hawaii. So that was a little fun workaround.
Whoa.
And Jordan, though, just a heads up, I know it's a little weird we're recording today and our Chainsaw Man's coming out because there was supposed to be a chapter out today, but it turns out Fujimoto had a bad case of bofa.
It turns out that Fujimoto had told you to eat this chapter.
Yes. And by the way, both of these chapters, because we're talking about 2 chapters this week, it's a double, but sadly not a triple feature. Thank you, Jordan, for hitting that softball I sent you to set up a discussion about that. I love you, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough about that, Jordan. Let's get into the plot summary for
Chapter 174! Hey! Aging! Actually, this is like the Fonzie.
Yay, I was about to say Yo Adrian.
Hey!
Wait, that's not what
That's Rocky.
Yeah, Yo Adrian. Age. I've heard it both ways.
It's funny that they talk about aging in this one because, David, my birthday is tomorrow.
Whoa, congratulations.
Oh my god! Anyway, here's a fucking plot summary. Some government people are sitting around talking about how weird it is that they all forgot what ears were. Fumiko is there to make the case that Chainsaw Man can be used to cause quote-unquote evolution in humans, eliminating harmful substances like anime from the world. That weird, creepy devil that's shown up for the last 2 chapters is apparently the aging devil, and it's agreed to let Chainsaw Man eat it as long as the government agrees to kill 10,000 children with Japanese citizenship in front of mirrors. Popcorn David.
Some people are against this, but then an old boomer shows up and says, yeah, that's totally cool. Let's do it. He tells the guy to round up the kids, and he's like, no, fuck you. But then the guy is like, hey, you got kids, don't you? And the guy's like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Fumiko goes to make the call, but is unable to because Chainsaw Man just ate the mouth devil, and now no one can talk because Fujimoto is like, observe, cinema, masterpiece in the flesh. So Jordan, why was this week's chapter 10 out of 10?
Oh my god, this fucking holy shit. Like when Fumiko is making the call and like you see the first half of her face and then the next panel is the first half of her face, but she's sweating, and then you find out it's because, oh my god, her mouth is gone.
I love how he actually, the Mad Lad, included the shot of an elephant without a mouth.
Yeah.
Because everyone was going to wonder, because he did the ears, obviously.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just, like, the nose devil is going to get eaten next, and they just show the elephant with no nose.
Yeah, I think actually it's like, it's something weird where it's like the trunk is not actually an elephant's nose.
Yeah.
There's something weird. Also, did you know, fun fact, an elephant cannot drink water through its trunk.
What? I've been lied to.
Yeah. it has to pour it into its mouth to drink.
Oh, right. Yeah, it sucks it up and then puts it back in its mouth.
That's a fun misconception people have.
Yeah, that's also how I drink water.
Through your nussy. Anyway, I also think it's really great how one of my biggest criticisms of part one was we didn't really see how people interact with Devil Society that's not directly about Dennis. And so I really like that we're actually seeing how can a government function around devils. Like, we now get to actually meet the Prime Minister of Japan who made the arrangement of Makima, and we can see why he would do something so crazy, because these people just do not give a fuck.
No, he's insane. He's like, no, we have to kill 100,000 children in, was
10,000.
it 10,000? They would kill 100,000 if...
Oh, I was going to say 100,000 kids. Ooh, and then be like 10,000. Like, oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah. You start high and then you go low, and it seems like your low ball is like less than it is.
And then they settle at 50,000 dead kids.
Oh, God. It's crazy that, like, the Japanese government is willing to go this far. I mean, David, maybe the real devil all this time was man.
That's true. I think it's interesting how Fumiko wants to get rid of all nations. Like, it's a benevolent idea, but I don't really know logistically how that would work. I guess there's, like, a nationalism devil that could be eaten. I wonder how much American imagery that'll have.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Something I think is weird, though, is I feel like the aging devil doesn't feel right as a primordial devil, because it's like, in the past, all of the primordial devils required some level of sapience instead of sentience, or whatever, maybe I got it backwards.
Well, primal fear, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't feel like a proper primal fear, because you need a certain level of intellect to be able to identify that you're aging and proactively think far enough in the future, because it's like, most animals will say, I don't really care what's going to happen to me in 10 years, you know?
You really need a high IQ to understand the concept of aging.
Yeah, you have to be at least a Ricky Morty fan to understand the aging devil.
Yeah, no, I mean...
So it just feels weird.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, we can't talk to animals about it, is the thing.
If only we were all Eliza Thornberry.
Yes, if only, and we could ask them how they feel about getting older, but sadly, we cannot. I'm okay with the aging devil as a primal fear. I do kind of understand what you mean, as opposed to the falling devil, but I don't know.
It also seems fairly weak. Like, I get that Chainsaw Man and its full power is really powerful, but he is, like, absolutely whipping this primordial devil's ass.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Oh, also, speaking of the orphans, I love how it's, like, the main resources of the economy: money, coal, steel, and orphans.
Hey, them human bodies.
Also, wonder what I wish they had gone to, like, a music store and you saw the Rolling Stones logo, and I just wonder what it would be now.
Oh my God.
Because they talk about how it's like you try and excuse things, and it's like, so maybe it's like, oh, it's just some abstract symbol now. Because they talked about ear cleaning products were used as art supplies when the ear devil was gone. Also, I guess everyone was wrong about what that devil was, where we thought it was like, well, I guess the mirrors are related, but it was a reflection devil, it wasn't a gender devil. So it's interesting. It's really cool how Fujimoto makes designs where it's like, you can't really figure out what the devil is, but once you find out what it is, it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, because like the mirror makes sense.
Yeah, because that's like how you're able to tell you're aging is by looking in a mirror.
Yeah, and also having it sit on the back of a younger person. Yeah. That makes sense because...
Fucking boomers.
Boomers. Are Japanese old people called boomers?
I don't know. They call them that in New Zealand, though, so...
Really? Because, like, it's a reference to the baby boom.
Well, they say okay boomer in New Zealand. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Because there was, like, a politician who said okay boomer to some old person in Parliament or something.
Also, I do want to ask, like, because they say it wasn't just the mouth devil that Chainsaw Man ate. It was also the snow devil, the octopus devil, and the bitterness devil. So, first of all, I'm assuming they weren't all the same devil, or did he just find them each? Or was the octopus devil that Yoshida had all of those devils in one?
I really don't know.
Also, when it said bitterness, was that the taste bitterness or the concept of being bitter?
I really don't know. I mean, Fujimoto could go either way, right?
Yeah. I wonder if, like, those are different words in Japanese.
Yeah. Hopefully someone listening on YouTube, drop a comment if you know.
Yeah.
And Jordan, shall we get into the next chapter?
Yes.
So let's hear that plot summary. For...
Chapter 175, Both Hands.
More like both hands. You fucking know Fujimoto loves D's nuts jokes and stuff.
Anyway, plot summary. People notice Chainsaw Man and panic. They clearly wish to scream, but David, they have no mouths with which to do so.
Oh, I get the reference.
Some guys attack him with spears, but he just cuts their heads off. Katana Man shows up and charges at him as the aging devil attacks with its fists, and Yoru does Link's down air with a sashimi sword. Popcorn David.
Katana Man's arms and head get sliced off. The aging devil's hands are removed, and after Yoru kicks Katana Man's body off of her, it's revealed that she's lost her other arm as well. She falls to her knees in front of Chainsaw Man and looks up at him in terror, and her eyes, super cool, look like Chainsaw Man, or look like chainsaws.
Her eyes look like chainsaws?
Yeah, you didn't see there's like a chainsaw pattern in her eyes?
Let me look, because I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to be like the reflection of Chainsaw Man in her eyes.
Huh, 1 second. I am going to look at that, because that's not something I noticed. I can see that, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something. It's not her normal eye, unless Fujimoto really phoned it in.
I just took it as very, as sketchy. That's how I looked at it.
That's true.
But I see what you're saying.
So I guess that's our first observation, is her eyes turn into chainsaws. But my note was also, much like you, Jordan, I have no mouth and I must podcast. And
yeah, you had to do that.
Yes, everyone's making Mouth Devil references. Do we release a silent episode? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe we should have done that because we took off last week. Or that's why there's no chapter this week, because the whatever devil ate it. Yeah, we get it. Us gamers, am I right?
It's true, though.
I was also thinking about, it's like one of the hybrids I think activates his ability through like his tooth. So does that mean he can't transform right now?
Well, the question is, much like with the ear devil, do they still have like mouths that are just like, they still have like teeth on the inside and stuff that are just like covered by like a mouth?
No, because I mean, well, it wasn't like the lip devil, or I don't know, actually. I guess I'm sure at some point they'll cut someone's mouth open at that part.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the chainsaw devil literally cuts his mouth open so he can expel something.
That might make sense.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and then I really want to see this animated. Fujimoto with the great visual gags. Actually, there was no dialogue in this chapter, so the letterer definitely cashed that check with a big old smile this week.
Yeah, the only thing they did was write the credits.
Yeah, fucking. I wish we knew actually if they get paid like normal. I hopefully they do, because it's like when you have chapters like Witch Watch where it's like a page of or Hunter x Hunter where it's like so much text.
Yeah.
But we do live in a capitalist society, so they might just be like, oh, we didn't need you this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the letterer's fault that Fujimoto put in a silent chapter.
Yeah, I also want to say that I wonder if the aging devil is obsessed with using their hands, because that's actually one of the best ways to tell how old someone is by looking at their hands.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like you can't really get like plastic surgery on your hands like you can with your face.
Yeah.
And that's why hand moisturizing very, very important, my friend.
That is true. That is true. Also, this is like somebody put together a compilation of Katana Man constantly getting fucked up every time he tries this same attack, where he just like tries lunging at somebody, and he's gotten killed like 3 times doing that. Oh,
yeah, this guy, the K in Katana stands for L.
Yeah.
Latana Man. It sounds mildly Jewish.
Latana Man.
Latana Man. I don't even know why.
Latana Man? Latana Man?
Laka Man.
Yeah.
My last thought was also that I feel like you can summarize this entire arc by just saying the risk was calculated, but boy, am I bad at math. Because all of this is the fucking fault of everyone except for Denji's fault is their current situation.
Yeah, they fucked around and now they're finding out. But they thought that they could handle the finding out part. But it doesn't seem like they can.
Exactly.
Yeah, also, like, Asa lost her other arm. Also, like, I thought the sashimi sword, or whatever she uses to attack him, was not a good idea, because as established, Asa hates sushi, so it's like, that's like a terrible weapon.
Yeah, it's also like how much ownership, and it's not like you're gonna own. Sushi is not a food that lasts long.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised she didn't keep that apartment sword with her.
Well, I think they said all her weapons are super fragile, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just evaporate.
That makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's like all I got. You got anything?
Yeah, I think that's it too. So, well, Jordan, I want to say thank you so much for all your hard work on the show.
Thank you, David, for everything that you do and the editing and, just being a good guy.
Well, you can also find us on Twitter at Shonen Flopcast, Tumblr Shonen-Flop, our website shonenflop.com. We're on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever else you get your podcast. Props to Shannon for the awesome cover up. Find her online at illuminyatea. As a reminder, you can join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out. Find a link to it in our show notes or on our site, shonenflop.com. Stay tuned for Monday as we give our first thoughts on hands, which is fitting given this chapter was about hands. And also, don't forget...
What are those?
Also, if you want to help support the show, join our Patreon Patreon. You get a ton of awesome Shonen Flop perks, but even if you don't become a paid member, you still get access to these episodes once they are ready. That's up to 3 days in advance. That's some good value.
Yeah.
And you know what else is good value? The amount of stock that I've put into Rize coming back, it's only going up. Those stocks are going. We're doing some, speaking of hands, we're doing diamond hands, baby.
Oh no, David, I'm looking at the clock and it looks like the Chainsaw Minute has passed.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.